Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. We're on the MSV Ontario, and we are on the prowl for a hostage that we think is here. Fanatical biotics in the Hades Gamma Cluster have kidnapped the chairman of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies and are holed up in a derelict freighter in the Farinata system. Well, this was the only freighter we found in the Farinata system, so this must be it. Hopefully he's not that red triangle. Hopefully he's not turned on the Alliance, or me anyway, so I guess we'll find out shortly. One of the things I missed at the end of the last episode was the ability to actually retrieve a second message from the galaxy map. I had completely forgotten it was there. And that's because the reason it was hidden is that we reached level 20, and so the very next message you usually get in that case is the UNC Rogue VI mission. But yeah, I would have had to have actually exited, or at least zoomed out and then zoomed back in to get the second message. It's really too bad. I mean, it'd be nice if the game could simply say, hey, while I've got you on the phone, why don't I tell you about this other thing? But no, that's not how it works. Anyway, Hackett would have told us some more things about this particular assignment that we wouldn't have known otherwise. One of the things he would have said is that the freighter was dead in space, which is not true. I mean, the description says that it's making a hard burn for the cover of an asteroid field, and obviously we're not fried to a crisp right now in the Farinata sun. So, I mean, it's got to be working good enough to do those two things. But anyway, he would have told us that the biotics would have been ready for us with traps and combat drones, which would have suggested tech and anti-synthetic mods would be handy to have with you. But if you'd brought just tech and anti-synthetic mods, they would not have helped you. So, I mean, in a way, it was good we missed the message in that respect. Alright, he also would have told us that the biotics were L2s and that they were suffering from major side effects from those implants, which we'd already had heard about from Dr. Chakwas. And so that would have told us that maybe Caden would be a handy guy to have along, as simply, if for no other reason than as a character witness and somebody who can empathize with these people. But of course we wanted him for this biotics anyway. And then finally, the last thing Hackett would have said is that the neutralizing the biotics would be our top priority. That means over saving the chairman. So, which is kind of a unique thing to know coming into this assignment, that it's probably going to be totally fine if you can't save the chairman. I think that's kind of what the game is telling you there. So anyway, we should probably get a move on, but first, we haven't seen Garrus in a while, so let's make sure he's leveled up. I would normally want sniper rifles improvements with him pretty soon, and especially since I'm an engineer, I have a lot of these tech skills, but truth is, damping is going to be the last thing I'm going to chase. So if I want a bunch of biotics to be completely unable to do anything except shoot at me, then I need a master damper, and that would be Garrus. So let's go ahead and finish up Master Overload and Adrenaline Burst. So now I can actually use Master Damping twice. That should be enough to make sure that I'm not getting knocked over, warped, or anything. So, also, let's take a real quick peek at his inventory. Yeah, okay, I have a Tier 2 sniper rifle, which is pretty nice, and I can give it even more accuracy. And why not make it so that he can just knock people over with one shot? And yes, we've been carrying this guy around, so now he has an improved Omni tool. And yeah, okay, I thought I might have, that's right, some medium armor for him. Yeah, pretty nice. And this gives us some tech and biotic protection as well, which I'm not really a big fan of because I don't really see the difference it makes. Also, this mod right here gives you additional biotic protection. So this is just in case everything goes wrong here. So, I mean, honestly, I don't think this ever would keep you from getting knocked over or warped. I think all it does is it makes those effects last less long. It shortens the effect maybe. I've never actually done a quantitative study of the thing. So anyway, let's make sure everybody's using the right gun. Oh, no. Seriously? Are you kidding me? An untrained weapon is your default? Yeah, you gotta watch these guys every second. Okay, so Han Kadar is decent armor, but it's light, so that's probably not going to be any better for him. I bet it's going to give us better tech and biotic, but But yeah, like I said, it's just not going to be enough. I'm not going to give up the damage protection because the plan here is to, so that to render the biotics unable to do anything but shoot at us. And my Master Sabotage might even take care of that. Alright, so nobody knows you're here until you actually start shooting. And so yeah, there's no time delay, but as soon as they know you're here, then you've got 3 minutes to get to the chairman, so...
Intruders! Kill the hostage!
When did my accuracy go to hell? Alright, let's start with a little damping, a little overload. Let's go, oops. Let's go ahead and reset that power. Where's everybody? There they are. Another damping. I'm used to these guys being shy. Very nice. Yeah, if they're not knocking us over, this fight is not too bad. Oh, and did you see that too? Yeah, he dropped something there. Our little inventory notice came up.
Negative contact.
That is something damping can do. I have no idea why it works that way. Ooh, this is even better armor. But now that we're, I think, pretty much done fighting. Oh, I've got too much to talk about. Hang on. I've got too many started conversations here. I like this pistol, and I really like this. Let me start with that. So I've been using shield regenerate, which I don't care too much about, but look what this gives me. So 10 extra shields will be 10% mobile accuracy. Okay, sure, I'll take that because I'm constantly moving, right? In Insanity, you kind of have to. But this is the biggie right here. 10% cooldown reduction. This applies to everything. This will affect Singularity and my marksman. I mean, all my powers can now recharge better with that. So hell yes. Sure. And then that armor. Yeah, this is better. But it's Hankadar still, just the next level upgrade and a different model, so it'll look different. But it's not enough of a jump to make me want to give up the money I could make from it, so you can stay in that Mantis. That should be fine. But yeah, anyway, I was saying damping is unique in that it has the ability to actually shake upgrades from enemies, and that includes enemies that don't carry upgrades. Like the creepy naked things that run around occasionally. Oh, and that stinger, I think, even though it's going to be, yeah, so I'm going to give up damage, but look, I'm going to be able to put basically 2 more shots and be more accurate, so yeah, I'm actually going to stay with that. Plus, it's that pretty red color. Alright. Oh, and did I get a pistol for Caden as well? I think I have 2 stiletto 4s now I could give him. Yeah, I want the damage improvements for the squad mates. Alright. Can't dally too much longer, although more than a minute still, so. Oh, and this is a grenade upgrade. Which, yeah, it's definitely better. Going from 13% damage and weapons force, 60 centimeter radius to 19 and 80, so yeah. I mean, I've been finding grenades to be extremely handy here in Insanity, so any chance to make them even better is better. So, alright. So let's go ahead and save in case I screwed this up, but we should have sufficient charm here to be able to talk our way out of this, so let's see how this goes.
See how it is? You write letters and everyone ignores you. Force is the only thing people appreciate. So how about if I kill Chairman Burns and finish this charade?
Please, I was trying to help you people.
So if you want to fight, you can shortcut to it right there if you want, but let's see if we can save him.
Let's not do anything we're all going to regret.
Why not? What have we got to lose? Since the chairman here decided that we didn't get reparations, we've got nothing left to live for.
But I've changed my mind. Seeing you all, it's clear that you all deserve...
You had your chance. Some L2s are nearly crippled from side effects of the implants, but you voted against reparations.
So yeah, you need 6 charm in order to take this option over here, and anything you select over here will lead to a fight and the chairman dying.
Think about this. Burns is the one man who can help you.
Yes, if you release me, I can take another look at the reparations request.
What? We're supposed to trust you?
I'm an L2 like you. Trust me. The commander can make sure that Burns follows through.
Sure. You promise us freedom and say everything will be fine, but as soon as we surrender, you'll double-cross us.
Spoken like a true leader. Nice try, but I'm pretty sure that nobody said anything about freedom.
You're going to jail. But if you go peacefully, Burns will consider the reparations. Right, Burns?
Absolutely. I had no idea that the L2 biotics were this desperate. If I'd known. The reparations will come. For whatever it's worth. I promise that.
You're right. I don't want to die. Maybe something will happen this time. We surrender.
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me. I'll see to it that the reparations discussion is reopened. I didn't know they were so desperate.
And although Daniel feels they ought to be a little bit lenient to a guy who's just had a shotgun pointed to the back of his head and no real hope of getting out, I'm still going to give him a little tough love here.
Then you weren't doing your job. The 5th Fleet cruiser will pick you and the prisoners up.
And I still get 8 Paragon for that. Pretty nice. And that should conclude this assignment. You boarded the freighter and convinced the biotic fanatics to surrender peacefully. Well, except for the 6 we killed on the way in. Otherwise, yes. Chairman Burns has promised to re-examine his decision regarding payments to L2s in the wake of the kidnapping. So yeah, we missed out on the XP from those 3 biotics back there, including the leader, who's pretty big guy. But that's okay. I like the chairman. I like the idea of the L2s getting something. So yeah, and that's a good sniper rifle there. But I think Garrus is just fine for the moment. And luckily nobody minds that we're looting. More armor for Ashley. I'm going to need a separate closet for her. And a biotic amp. But it's Certa Foundation, so I've not got my hopes up here. So no cooldown improvement, but more duration in exchange for less power. So since we like lift more than throw, let's go ahead and give that to him. Longer lift trumps stronger throw, I guess. Again, it's not a whole lot of difference there. And somehow, we're going to trust that the lure of money is going to keep that guy safe, even though we are leaving him behind in the hands of those people. So I'm sure he'll be fine. And no doubt the 5th Fleet cruiser is like parked behind us waiting to take over this spot. So anyway, let's go back to the ship. Alright, and I do want to settle my inventory, but I am going to first touch the Galaxy map because I think we get a follow-up here.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Thank you for dealing with the hostage situation, Commander. Chairman Burns was quite impressed by the way you resolved the situation peacefully. Your assistance above and beyond the formal duties has been noted, Commander. 5th Fleet out.
So I guess he didn't hear all the shooting we were doing and killing and biotics making death noises, so yeah, so I guess it was peaceful after all. Alright, so one of the things I'm trying to do more of now, I was kind of not paying attention to this earlier, and I'm more interested now, and that is to see if I can find connections between the names of these planets and these systems. And I'll be honest with you, I can't find any place where these names link together. Neptune, Tama, and Tunshagon. So I don't know what links these together. All I could find was that Farinata itself seems to have a loose linkage to Dante's Inferno, which does fit here. I mean, this sun is pretty brutal, but yet when I dug slightly deeper, this fellow named Farinata, that was a nickname for him. He got that nickname because his hair was a dusty Durham wheat color, which makes me wonder: did Farina brand cereal, you know, the one that cooks in under 2 minutes, was that around back in the 13th century? Maybe it was. I'm sure if this guy was alive today, his nickname would be Cream of Wheat, right? So, I don't know. Alright, we're going to leave this behind because we're not quite ready to fight the crime lords for Helena Blake. So, yeah, let's decide where we're going next. Actually, you know what? Let's just step out because I said I wanted to settle my inventory. I'm going to go do that right now. I was just about to say I'll cut this out and I'll meet you back up here, but there's one thing I forgot to mention down here. That locker of mine has 4 unlocks. We've already picked up 1. 4 restocks, I should say. There's 2 related to the main story missions. 1 for Eden Prime, which we've already picked up, and then 1 that is basically a generic, you've landed on an Uncharted world type unlock. Here, we're attached to a freighter, but it's still an Uncharted mission. So you get 1 of these, and you can pick it up whenever you like, and the later you pick it up, the better your stuff is. So I want it now just because I assume this was all going to be rank 4, which means I can sell all this stuff. I might actually give this gun right here. This is a decent shotgun. I'll probably give that to Rex if it's better than anything else he's got. But, yeah. So, just 2 more restocks of that locker, and only 1 of which I'll actually really be interested in. Because by the time we get to the other one, I will be long past being interested in gear. So, anyway, now I can say that I'm going to go do the boring part of sorting my inventory, and we'll see you back on the other side. Alright, so I have sorted my inventory. I topped off my Metagel, and the only thing left I have, I've distributed all the red guns that I can, low-level stuff. Melted most of the rank 1, 2, and 3 items away, and yeah, I'm just stockpiling the rank 4 stuff right now because I'm going to be selling all that. So, not too much stuff. My inventory is pretty well managed right now. The place where we're going to next, though, is going to have a lot of stuff in it. So, luckily there'll be a chance to cope with the stockpiling of stuff in the middle of all that. So, anyway, let's decide where we're going next. Alright, so if we were to continue on with the story mission at this point, which is something I do kind of want to do, it's 1 hop to Pharos, it's 1 hop to Liara's dig site, and it's 2 hops to Novaria. So you might think, well, you've been chasing these 1 hops all this time, why not do that? But truth is, if I go to Pharos or to Liara's dig site, I'm distancing myself from the Citadel too much. I mean, obviously with mass relay technology, you're never too far from anything. But still, I kind of want to be close by to the Citadel. So let's head over to the Horsehead Nebula next. Alright, so there's 2 systems here. One is Strenus, and the other is Pax. Let's go here first. Alright, there are 4 planets here, including the main story mission planet, Novaria. So let's start here, Svarog. Svarog is a small but typical hydrogen and helium gas giant whose orbit lies close to the star. It is unusual for a star with a close orbiting gas giant to have a habitable world. Svarog is Pax's only gas giant, but its temperature, powerful winds, and high orbital velocity make it a poor candidate for helium-3 mining. While Novaria enjoys plentiful deuterium for its fusion plants, it imports all of its helium-3 from out-system. Alright, so, like I said, I'm kind of looking at the connections with the planet names here to the system, and indeed, this one is a pretty strong connection. This one I really like. Svarog is a Slavic god. He's the Slavic god of celestial fire and blacksmithing, and that kind of fits because it's close to the planet. To the star. This is not like Farinata though. Pax is much smaller. In fact, it kind of almost has a red dwarfian look to it. But this planet's really close to it, and so that's why it's the one hot spot here. The Novaria is where we're going to go, so let's pause, or let's skip that one for now. Let's go head on over to Morana. Morana is a icy planetoid smaller than Earth's moon. Many planetary geologists suspect it was once an Oort cloud ice dwarf, which migrated inwards after an encounter with some other body. While the crust is frozen water ice, deeper layers are mostly silicates, with pockets of magnesium and aluminum. Morana is tightly locked to Pax. The same side always faces the sun. And you can tell that that's true when your day length and your orbital period are the same. That suggests tidal locking. I mean, Mercury in our system is tidally locked, although it's in a different resonance. It's not a 1-to-1, it's more like a 2-to-3 resonance, so it is rotating. Its day length is different than its orbital length, but it has, it's the fact that it's in a resonance still suggests tidal locking. Anyway, it's cold here, quite cold here. But Morena is another Slavic god. It's the one of winter, senility, and death, which makes it sound like a fairly unappealing place. How bad can this place be? Veles is the last one, the furthest one out. Veles has a thin atmosphere of xenon and krypton. Most other materials have frozen and fallen as snow. Its surface is composed of potassium with deposits of magnesium. While investigating the primitive anaerobic life of Veles, Binary Helix survey teams discovered a cunningly hidden anchorage of the ancient Krogan warlord Moro. Many records and artifacts of the Krogan rebellions were recovered and sold at auction. The empty base is now abandoned. Well, hopefully we retained all that knowledge that we picked up there. And it's just the paper, right, that we sold. We don't care about that. Anyway, this one is not tidally locked, as we might expect this far out. 24.5 AU. And yeah, it's really cold here. And we can survey this one. Matriarch writings recovered. Scans of the planet Veles revealed a small abandoned vessel. Your salvage team brought the ship on board and dismantled it, whereupon they discovered one of Matriarch Delanaga's writings. I don't remember if we found one of those yet. If we did, then that's just another one. Otherwise, we got a new assignment out of it. Anyway, Veles is the Slavic god of earth, waters, forests, and the underworld. And you have to wonder if Moro knew this coming here and decided to make his anchors there. Don't know. Anyway, where we're headed is Noveria. Noveria is a small, frozen terrestrial world, barely habitable by conventional definitions. It is privately chartered by the Noveria Development Corporation, who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere. Given Noveria's unique situation, it is the source of many wild conspiracy theories. So, they have a colony here. It's 361,000 people live here. The capital's name is Port Hanshin. It has a very long day, and it's pretty cold, but otherwise it is somewhat Earth-like. It should feel a little bit like home, except for the cold, of course. And though Noveria is not a Slavic god, if you look on the wiki, it suggests that Noveria was a kind of a portmanteau of Nova Siberia, which would mean New Siberia, which I think is fitting, at least with respect to the temperature here. We'll actually meet somebody later in the game who will refer to Noveria as the ice planet. But yeah, I mean, the whole Slavic Siberia connection, it seems to fit very nicely here. So yeah, I like PAX here. I like that these names are all connected. We'll see how much more of that we can find throughout the galaxy.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Alright, so here we are. Now, unlike most other missions where you say, when you press the land button, you end up back here, which can be very confusing if you're new at this game. I remember watching a playthrough where the guy was continuously using the galaxy map, and he was like, what happened to the land button? Not realizing that he was already here. And all he had to do was walk out the airlock. There are two places in the whole game where you will use the airlock to egress from the ship. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna want plenty of biotic strength here, so yes, my typical team for the moment.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
And yes, so this is some sort of port. It's a little bit like the Citadel. Actually, the Citadel is another place where we use airlock, isn't it? What happened to Rex? Why is he shy here? Maybe he'll snap into place. Oh, and look, a welcoming party. No doubt they have flowers and chocolates lined up for us, so it should be great. Yeah, maybe I should save right here. Get Rex back into this. Actually, he would snap into place anyway. So, but anyway, I do want to start the Noveria work in the next episode. So let's go ahead and drop a save right here. All right, and we'll pick up the story from right here next time.